Serafina and I were at a entrepreneurial book club where Stephanie never read the right book. And
Stephanie was terrible at this book club.
I really sucked at book club.
I did
Fabulous. What?
I just had a visual. I just had a
It was a
visual.
lot.
I had a visual.
Proud of it. You're seated next to Pure Class this morning.
Always sitting next to Pure Class this morning. Good morning, boys and girls. How are you? It's August 1st.
Finally. July was July-in. Like, I'm so over it. It was the longest year I've ever had.
But then you sit back and you say, what? It's August? What?
Now summer's over.
Now summer's over. Right. Mariana's finishing her reading. The school will be emailing Megan, I think, next week, the math assignments, homework, whatever that she has to have done.
Yep. I thought it was funny. Like the minute we got off the air on Tuesday, that is when you got the email. Oh, by the way, here it all is.
Right. Here it all is. Yep. Now we'll explain it to you.
You put it out into the universe, Hank. That's why.
Right. I don't know.
We're struggling with summer reading this summer. My son is just not.
Yeah. Well, Mariana only has one book, and she's working her way through it, but I read, Mari reads, her mom reads, so we're just...
You're setting the examples.
Yeah, at this point, we're kind of saying, I'll say to her, come on, Mariana, I'm going to read. What I try to do is I try to read 30 to 50 pages a day. I've said this before. If you read 30 to 50 pages a day, you can read a book in about 10 days.
My First Shot morning show co-host, Tori, who's on summer break right now, which is the longest summer break ever. She's also a voracious reader, and that's kind of how she tries to do.
Right.
She picks the amount of books she's going to read in January and then tries to stick to it. So are you a great reader? I don't know. I'm fits and starts.
Right. I try to be, and I try to, mix it up a little. I like sports books. I like mysteries. I read biographies. So, I mean, right now I'm in my golf book phase. Obviously, it's golf season. I'm playing golf, so I'm reading a lot of golf books. But I'm almost ready for a mystery. I already have it picked out. It's by Hank Philippi Ryan.
Oh,
who is the investigative reporter for
Hank.
For Channel 7? For Channel 7 up in Boston, and she's really, really good. And apparently, she's won a bunch of awards.
Yeah,
and her main character is someone kind of sort of like her, an investigative reporter,
a sleuth,
and in the TV business.
Hey, it's what's selling right now. True crime, finding out the truth, digging to solve cases. It's seemingly what we've always been interested in. We loved Unsolved Mysteries, was one of like the best shows.
Oh, I know.
When it came out, we were glued to it. They've got a new version of it. Not as exciting without that voice guy up there.
Oh, Keith Morrison.
He was so good. I don't know if that's who it was.
He is Matthew Perry's stepfather.
Really?
Keith Morrison. Yes, he is.
I had no idea.
Yes, he is. I wish I had his voice. I have his hair. I wish I had his voice.
To Catch a Predator guy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He's like one of the best voices I've ever heard.
You need a good voice guy to like set up the scene.
Right.
Make it dramatic.
And now because he's getting older, he's getting really craggy. And I think he looks even more impressive.
He's starting to resemble the guy from Tales from the Crypt. We love it. Good morning, Cheryl. Thanks for joining us on the show this morning.
Hey, and a shout out to one of our faves, one of our regulars, Lynn Bredesen, who had yet another death in her family.
Ugh.
She's had a rough couple of months. So Lynn,
I'm so sorry.
We're thinking of you.
This is tough. The family loss during this time of year, when you're supposed to be, exciting, getting out, enjoying the small bit of time we get to spend outside, and it's seemingly happening to a lot of people right now. So our hearts are with you, Lynn. I'm so sorry. You got a great clean bill of health.
Yes, I did.
Woo-hoo.
Yes, I did. I had my 2-year checkup on Tuesday, and all is good. However, my doctor is leaving. He's going to Brown University.
So he's going to still be a doctor.
Oh yeah, to be faculty and to do some teaching and work in a hospital.
Like all of my dad's doctors are retiring right now. They're like, yeah, we're done here. We're old. You're old, but we're older. We're done.
Right. So I was supposed to have my next checkup in a year.
Yeah.
But it's going to be in 6 months so that I can meet the new guy.
Oh, okay. So it's not for your health.
No, it's essentially meet the new guy.
That's good stuff, though. I mean, you want to meet with your oncology team and have them be like, go on your merry way. You're good. These are the conversations that are the good ones.
Right. The new guy is someone who was there before he left to join academia. Now he's coming back.
Yeah.
So it seems like there's some kind of a pattern.
Well, I mean,
they like to do research. They're curious about stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think it's really important that they go back and re-educate themselves. I mean, it's not like when you become a doctor, you know everything forever. Things change.
I don't know.
I want them to continue to re-educate.
Right. I don't know. I don't know how a general practitioner keeps up when there's the time to sit down and read all the stuff.
Yeah.
About what's going on.
That's a little bit scary if you're thinking about it.
Right.
Good morning, Serafina, Walter.
So don't.
Yeah, right. Cindy, thanks for joining us on the show. It is Thursday. We are one day before the weekend, one day before our family feud, our Cape Cod feud.
Mm-hmm.
My husband's like beyond nervous to make sure that his technology is going to work.
I'm sure it's going to be fab.
We brought it, I guess, well, he brought it to Dino's on Monday, and they were banging about to make sure that it was foolproof, people proof.
Mm-hmm.
Is this going to work? So it seemed to be sturdy enough to take the slamming of excitement when people know the answers and hit that buzzer. I was like, you need to make sure that is people proof.
Right. And the people and someone gives and grandma gives the inappropriate response.
Right. I'm looking forward to all of that. So we've got 8 wonderful teams lined up, and we're going to continue to do this. We're going to have qualifying rounds throughout the winter here on the Cape, because those are the tough months where we're like, what are we going to do? We'll be there for you. I promise you that. We will definitely be there for you. Poor Tobias, he had his second trivia night, and he had a tough night last night because not too many people showed up for him. Well, they're all getting ready for the feast in New Bedford.
Oh, that's a big...
It's a big to-do.
In New Bedford and Fall River, those feasts are a big deal. I used to work in Fall River for the electric company there, and every weekend it was Saint somebody, and I was going to another church because I paid for something and I had to go see it, and all of that. But they're fabulous. The food.
We're there for the food.
Unbelievable.
It's just like the fair. We're there for the food. Let's be honest. What's up, Danny Walsh? Right. I saw that you've got a wedding cruise coming up on the High Line. High Line's got some fun, fabulous activities.
High Line's been having trouble though, haven't they?
I don't know. I didn't think so.
Which one's been having trouble with canceling?
I think they're all kind of like that. The weather has been terrible.
Yeah.
The mechanics have been terrible. Like the upkeep of those ships is not cheap.
Yeah, they're big and they're old.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Kind of like us.
Not that there's anything wrong with being old, by the way.
We're big and we're old, so bear with us. We work most of the time. What's up, Miss Emily? How are you this morning? She is working feverishly to get our newsletter out this morning.
Very good.
Who won our monthly prize, which was a family 4-pack to the Adventure Park.
Very cool.
Over at Heritage Museum and Gardens.
Very cool.
So we'll give that out today.
Oh,
also,
that place.
Right. Oh, the neighbors.
Oh, my God.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard of. I mean, but that's what we do here.
Oh, yeah.
We complain.
Oh, that's what we do everywhere. We complain. We're complaining now about our electric bills. Folks, it's the summertime. You're running your air conditioner. You're running your fans. Take that into account first.
It was bad. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Ours wasn't. And we're running our AC all the time because after 2 years, we still can't figure out how the damn thing works.
Especially since I thought I put it on auto pay and I didn't.
Oh, your bill. I thought you were talking about your.
No. So then I looked at the bill.
The central air in this home.
I didn't pay last month. Now it's real big. It was big. Now it's extra big.
Right. As long as you take it from, I used to work for a utility company, as I said, as long as you continue to pay.
Right.
They're fine. They're fine with it.
They'll get their money.
Right.
Bloodsuckers.
Right.
Kidding.
I know. If it's a big balance, pay half, make it up next time. They're fine. Really. They're cool. They don't want to shut you off. Trust me, they don't want to shut you off because for a number of reasons. One, it's not.
They're killing me.
It's not good if there's families or elderly people or whatever. But secondly, it's a pain in the neck. You got to send somebody out there to shut the meter down.
Yeah.
And then if someone turns around 3 hours later and pays, well, then the same guy's got to go out there again and fire the meter up. So it's a pain in the backside for them.
Maybe talk about that scam that we saw with the meters.
Which scam was
We
that? Remind me.
We were talking about it. We didn't have a chance to talk about it. It was on our stack of stuff to talk about last Tuesday, but people were getting messages saying that their meters need to be replaced and something else. But it was basically a scam to get more of their information to set
Yeah. You got to be careful about all that stuff. You really, really
utility scammers.
Yeah.
Because those are the ones you're like, oh, okay, because you don't know anything about them. It's not like you're investigating the utilities company. So you're like, okay, I'm more likely to hit a scam like that just because.
And if you're not sure,
it seems official.
If you're not sure, call. They'll tell you.
Yeah.
Call the official 1-800 customer service number.
Is this a real person?
They'll let you know.
Why is he at my door? Is he really doing a meter reading, or is that just a weirdo on the side of my house?
Does he have an ID and all that stuff? Really, folks.
Well, because a lot of them don't have company cars anymore.
No.
So that kind of freaks me out a little bit when Amazon is just a random person pulling up and dropping off a package.
Right, in a white van.
Who are you? Get off my lawn.
Right. And when you see a white van in the neighborhood and you don't recognize it, you go,
I'm gonna get in next time, Hank. I'm tired.
Right. But when you read all those stories, it's always he drove a white van.
Right?
Yes.
Those are the kidnapper vans. You know what they look like, everyone. We've been schooled for this.
Right. But then they're full of Amazon packages.
Yeah, right. Good morning, Victoria. You have been doing so many wonderful activities over at She Rises. I love your programming. Keep it up. And I will definitely stop by to see what all the girls are working on. I think it's amazing. And she's working with the rec department this summer.
Very cool.
You had an incident at camp yesterday.
Oh, poor Mariana. It's not turning out to be. You see,
I love kids.
Mariana's at a difficult age in that she's 12. She's old enough to be left alone for a little while, but not a long while.
Yeah.
And Mari and I work, and her, and Megan and Logan work. And so it was kind of like, okay, what are we going to do? So we signed her up for a couple of weeks of camp, just to give her something to do.
But that's also a tough age. It's like right before that tween years,
right,
of where they don't know where kind of they fit in.
Right. And we did go around, in the spring, over to Mashpee Commons and a couple of other places where she asked if she could volunteer, and she was told she wasn't old enough.
Yeah.
So, okay, go to camp. Mari and I can kind of adjust our schedules, but so she's going to camp for 3 weeks, 2 weeks, last week, this week off, and then next week. I got a text from her yesterday. Would you come and pick me up? And I was like, why? And she said,
that's not why we dropped you off.
She said, there's yogurt in my hair. I said, how did that happen? Well, this boy, was running by with a container of protein yogurt that he apparently wasn't going to eat. And instead of putting it in the trash, he went to throw it in the woods where Mariana and her friends were sitting. And, well, it didn't make it to the woods. It made it to Mariana. So it was in her hair. It was on her clothing. It was, and she said to me, I got to get it out of my hair. I got to get it off me. It smells. Because it was that protein yogurt, the healthy yogurt. So I went, okay. I talked to her mother, okay. So I went to, because we were going to be home yesterday afternoon for a little while. So I went and picked her up. She got in the car and I went, yeah, you really smell, honey. Sorry, love you.
Nothing like confirming that for her, which she knew.
Yeah. I mean, she was fine about it. She rolled with it, but it was like, but she has a good day today.
Good.
Because she has Ted Murphy today.
Well, there you go. She's got
going
writing.
to a writing class with Ted Murphy.
Perfect. Victoria said to definitely bring her to You Go Girl. She said we've got 3 other 12-year-olds, 12:30 to 4. So I will send Hank that information.
Yes, thank you very much.
And if she could do a drop-in, she might, meet her people.
Right.
Meet her gang, her girl gang.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah. No, she said she's good. She just needs stuff to do. And she's decided she's going to go out for the golf team at middle school.
There you go.
So we asked, it was great. And Megan got some information, but they play at Sandwich Hollows.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
She has to play 9 holes 3 days in a row, which is fine. The first hole at Sandwich Hollows is a par 5. I can't play it.
It takes too long. I'm like, how many strokes?
It takes too long.
47. Great.
Right. I mean, I play, as I said before, I play. I don't embarrass myself golf, but that hole's just ridiculous.
That's when you pick it up, move on to the next hole.
Right. So, but
So you're saying a par 3 might be a better
You know,
place.
she and I are going to go to the driving range. We're going to practice.
Got
We're
it.
going to go over to Sandwich Hollows. We're going to, we're going to work on it.
All right.
That's a problem that I have, by the way, Madam owner of the radio station.
Yes.
You've got to call me out. I notice when I air check myself on the air.
You're rolling.
No, I say gonna.
Oh.
And I'm really conscious about everything else. But all of a sudden, I'll be talking and everything's fine and I'm pronouncing everything fine. And then I go, gonna. And I go, ugh.
We're going to have to practice your non-regional dialect again.
We're going to have to practice.
We're going to
have to practice.
Good morning, Lynn. Hank gave you a nice little shout out earlier. Thanks for joining us on the show. Liz, handcrafted by Erin. So good to see you out and about. She's doing some crafting stuff. And while it is not necessarily knitting season, it's going to be cold here before you know it. So be prepared for it and sock away those gifts because it is going to be the season of Christmas shortly. We're working on our Christmas markets already. That's the only reason why I'm talking about this. And now it's not July and it's not appropriate in August, but I'm still throwing it out there because August 15th is the last day for the cheapest price to get signed up for our Christmas market. If you've not received your billing yet, don't worry about it. As long as you've signed up and said, I want to do it, you're fine. You're in. We're working on the back end of all of that stuff right now in all of our free time.
Well, here's something that just popped up. You want to feel old, folks?
No.
38 years ago yesterday.
Yeah.
Live Aid.
Really?
Yes. Wow. And remember what a big deal that was?
That motley crew.
Those of us who are old enough to remember that whole Live Aid thing. Phil Collins, what did he do? He played in Philadelphia and then he flew over to Britain.
Yeah.
To do a second show. Back when Phil Collins, back then there was nobody bigger than Phil Collins.
I recently posted a meme of Phil Collins, but it was directed towards my husband and it really wasn't positive.
Yeah, Phil Collins is hanging in there, but he's having trouble.
His daughter, Lily Collins, by the way, Emily in Paris.
Yes.
If you watch that on Netflix, new season is coming. I'm looking forward to that. It's just trashy, but it's also just something I love. It's easy, fluffy, enjoyable, romantic a little bit. And then I feel like I'm on vacation while I'm watching it. So
there you go.
RTB, I remember, he played at Wembley and then took the Concorde and a helicopter to JFK Stadium.
There you go. Thank you. The Concorde? What's the Concorde? Anybody remember the Concorde?
That plane?
Yes, I know. But I mean, all of a sudden it was the next step in travel. And then it kind of.
Like beta?
Yeah, right. It just went away.
Like what was like Blu-ray?
Right.
It's going to be the next best thing. And it just never was. Just never happened. It was at a price point no one could afford. And it really just didn't grab on.
No.
For sure.
No.
Dead and gone. LOL. # Concorde.
Did Boeing make it, by the way?
Oh, I don't know. I think
those poor astronauts are still stuck up there.
Yeah, I saw that update on Tuesday. And I put that on the list. 55, 56, 57 days they have been up there when they were supposed to be there for a day.
Right. A day or two.
57 days in space.
Yeah, but they're fine with it.
No end in sight. They're fine. I'm fine.
They can't come and get them. I don't.
I'm fine.
Talk about a sci-fi novel come to life.
Rich, I have a job for you today. I need you to go and get some photos of the tall ships. I don't know if I'm going to be making it to the ends of the world today in Provincetown. And I want to see some pictures of the tall ships. So can you be our liaison, please? He is our Lemonadio eyes and ears in P-Town.
Oh, all right.
And always keeps us up to date as to what's going on. And he's been there all week long, taking in the summer. And I can't even believe we're here in August. By the way, if you've got an August birthday, we have got our birthday club where we give out a free cake or 6 cupcakes from Brenda's Cakes for All Occasions. She makes fabulous cakes. She's a retired firefighter in Harwich. So she has got this amazing new business and she is offering this to us. We've been doing it for about a year for Birthday Club. And somebody gets it for free. It's really nice. And I feel like every day we should be saying, hey, happy birthday to you. Because we're old and nobody notices our birthdays very much. This all started because my birthday is the day after Christmas and everyone forgets me.
And we try, the older we get, we try to downplay the birthdays. Yeah, it's just a number. Doesn't make any difference.
Another notch, another ring on my tree.
Yes, it does. It makes a difference. In a heart of hearts, it makes a difference.
Well, we've got a big birthday coming up. Savannah's first birthday. Oh, boy. 11 days.
The Lemonadio baby?
Yep, the Lemonadio baby's having her first birthday. RTB says, I have the DVD set of Live Aid. Who watches DVD? What? I don't even think I have something to watch a DVD on anymore.
Wow.
Isn't that awful?
Wow.
Everything is so digital now.
I know. Holy cow.
We still have VHS's stuff around here. And Matt Pitta recently asked if I had a working reel-to-reel machine. Guess what, Pitta? I do. Wow. I do. I unearthed it from the Museum of Electronics I have over here.
Warehouse?
Yes, it definitely is. Just slide the door and you're like, oh God, where is it? Uh-huh. But I found it. Well, he had found something from the JFK Museum.
Really?
That he wanted to watch. Oh. And see if it was relevant to whatever it was that he was working on. And I'm like, I know there's definitely one that might be working at the college. Mm-hmm. I'm like, go check with Joe Jajora. But I found one. So I have one for you. He's going to be visiting the studio, I believe, next week. Mm-hmm. So I'll be able to gift it to him just to use for a little bit. Then you're going to return it because it's got to go back into the library.
Right. It's historical. It may be worth something someday.
No, I just like being that person that, oh, yeah, I have one of those if you need it.
Right.
For what? I don't know.
We have no audience this morning.
What do you mean?
There's no one sitting in the chair.
Oh, our feline friend?
Rooting us on with her back to us, of course, but at least she was there.
No.
Over us?
He's over us.
Oh, okay.
He was at the corner of my bed this morning. I'm like, what do you do? I'm sitting there looking at him and he's just like all completely sprawled out. And he's like a very tall cat. Mm-hmm. So he takes over the whole bottom of my bed.
Right. I fed our guys last night before I went to bed. Filled their bowls to the top. One bowl was empty this morning.
Fatties.
And I was like, hey, Mari, I think they're eating too much.
Well, they're bored. I mean, they're just like us. Leaving us around the house.
Right.
Food all full.
Leave food around. We'll eat it. That's true.
Exactly. Best life on earth.
Is there Jenny Craig for cats? I wonder.
Well, less in the bowl, Hank. Less in the bowl.
Yes.
Our question of the day today is, what is there for summer that you haven't done yet? I saw a lot of camping, sailing, some boating stuff. Yeah, I've been dying to get away with Ride Away Sports. And actually, I need to put that code out for you. Mm-hmm. Lemonadio listeners get a discount with Ride Away. So if you're looking to have a kayak adventure this month, or if you're looking to do one of their sunset sails or a stand-up paddleboard, they've given us a code for Lemonadio listeners to get a little discount on your adventure.
Very cool. We haven't done a whale watch yet.
Oh, there you go. And I guess it's like really great.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Watch out for your boat. Right. Yes. You guys saw that, I'm sure. Yes. They're not supposed to do that. So they think the whale was somehow confused.
Obviously.
Didn't see it. Because the whale's eyes are like at their mouth level when you think about it. So maybe they can't. I don't know, but you don't see that happen very often. I've always wondered when we've been at whale watches, and not so much the whale watching boats are around, but all these, people in their little putt-putts or whatever, and the whales are bouncing up and down. I'm thinking, if the whale decides to pop up,
that's it.
Are these people going to make it?
You're in the water with the whales and the sharks. You're welcome.
Right.
Ricky B, is a strip club a summer activity or?
Well, we don't have one in the Cape anymore.
Sorry, sir. You're going to have to go to Providence for that. That's where we keep the debauched.
Right.
Good morning from WKKL's 90.7 Midday Movie Madness. I hope you guys are having a great summer. Looking forward to working with all the radio students come September, and free college over at Cape Cod Community College.
Free college. That is so incredibly cool.
And people. I know the naysayers, it's not free. It's got to be taxpayers.
Oh, shut up.
Listen, we're doing better. We're trying to educate everybody just a little bit.
Oh, no. We don't. As George Carlin would say, we don't want people educated.
Well,
he'd do a whole riff on why this is not a good idea, because the people who own us don't want us educated.
Oh. Well, now it's free, so take advantage of that.
Take advantage, please.
Oh, I just got sucked into the comments yesterday when somebody reposted it, and it was like, this isn't new. I've been doing blah, blah, blah. So then some other woman was like, well, you must be over 25, because that was the 2023 threes, whatever.
Right.
And so that it was just back and forth about just people being miserable.
Yeah.
I dislike when you put your misery on social media for all others to see. We're here for fun.
Right.
We're here to share good, positive stuff. Keep your misery to yourself.
Right. Have you noticed, just a general comment here, that since there's going to be a new Democratic nominee for president, there has been an uptick in miserable people and miserable comments?
I don't think so. I think they've always been there. Okay. Mamala, I'm so looking forward to Maya Rudolph.
Oh, yes.
On Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
she
I know.
Signed up for the whole season.
Minnie Riperton's kid.
Minnie Riperton's daughter is all signed up. We're going to see a lot of her for SNL, which honestly, that was kind of the most excitement that when I saw that Kamala was going to be there, I was like, oh, Maya Rudolph on SNL.
Right.
I know not everybody's into it as I am, but I'm obsessed. Colin Jost is also going to be taking over for Celebrity Jeopardy, which obviously is never going to be as good as Will Ferrell, but hopefully he can inject some funny into that.
And Sean Connery.
Right? Well, that's Will Ferrell playing Sean Connery.
Yes.
On Celebrity Jeopardy was one of the best things.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Oh, yeah.
Cape Cod Feud on Friday, everybody. If you're looking for a little game show,
it's a very good.
See
segue.
me in my
good segue.
Me and all my game show glory over there.
Yep.
I'm writing. I have a lot to do with all of the questions because I got to put it into the program so it shows up on the screen.
Okay.
Mama's got a lot of work to do.
So it's been nice seeing you this morning. Goodbye.
Other SNL news, I saw that Pete Davidson checked himself into a mental health facility.
That poor guy. He's just like up and down.
I'm glad this time, though, he did it like because he needed help, not because he caused an accident, caused a scene, was arrested. Maybe he was, and we haven't heard the full story yet of why he did it. But maybe he's just like finally saying to himself, I'm not feeling great right now. I need to go handle this before it gets bad.
Yeah.
So I think that's progress, Pete. Good job. Thank you for sharing that with all of us.
He seems like a lot of comedians, I guess, basically a sad kind of guy.
I think that's part of comedy, though.
Yeah.
I think you have to be a certain amount of person to get up and stand up and share the bad parts and make them funny, because you've got to laugh about it. Otherwise, what good are you?
Right.
Like
what good are you?
You'll crumble up and die. It's
right.
So you share your pain and misery with other people. We make a laugh about it, and I feel a little bit better about it.
Right. And we're so grateful that you're sharing
therapy. Rick, political posts in general are miserable. It doesn't matter what your views are.
You're right. You're right. They are. They're just, please. And like you said, every now and then I fall down the rabbit hole, and then I just have to back off.
That's sucked into the comments. Or when you see this poor little lamb go to one of the town pages and post a question, you know that they're just going to get slaughtered for.
Oh, I know.
You see, they really in earnest are just asking a question, and you're like, I can't look. I can't look.
On the
Bring it.
On the Clearwater Beach page, I don't know if I mentioned this on Tuesday, someone was staying in a hotel, wrote that their child was sick and they needed to go to an emergency care center, and they asked for the recommendations for the best emergency care center.
Oh boy.
It was, well, don't go to this one because, I oh my God, it was horrible.
Have you ever, when a child is sick, thought, let's take it to Facebook?
Yeah. Let me ask Facebook where I should go
before I just go to the nearest place to have my child looked at.
If you're in a hotel, you call down to the front desk, you say, my child is sick. I think I need to take him to an emergency care. What's the nearest one that I can get to?
It's like that chain.
Thank you very much.
Remember that chain smoker song? But first, let me take a selfie.
Right.
But first, let me consult my friends on social media before I take my child to the ER. Why? I don't get it. I really don't. Good morning, Tara.
They're strangers. You don't know them.
It's just weird.
If you knew them, you may not trust them.
To me, it's just bizarre. I had some fun, crazy crime stories that kind of reminded me of what we were talking about. No, my brain exploded. I don't remember what it was. Oh, it was a very funny situation when we were on vacation, when we were coming from, I don't know which country we were in, Berlin, I think. We were walking up the steps and somebody left a blow up doll, like deflated, like on the stairs.
Yes. I remember you talking about that.
And I looked over and I saw it. Well, this happened on a street in New Zealand. Woman calls the police after a mistakenly realistic doll she thought was a body.
Oh. Oops.
As you see the piece of the limb in the middle of the road over here. Like, those are reasons why you call the police. Those are reasons why
Right.
you would post things on social media. Pretty sure there's a body in the road.
Right.
Most of the time it's not.
No.
A little bit of crazy crime.
Good
there
for calling,
you.
I guess.
Yeah, right. Well, that's when the cops go, all right, this was at least laughable.
Right.
This
It
was
makes
a fun,
sandwich. It makes the sandwich police block.
This was a fun call to go on, everybody. Are you watching any of the Olympics?
Off and on, yes.
Simone Biles causing a little bit of
about
friction.
About her hair.
Oh, that was fine. I mean, I honestly don't make comments about people's hair. I think it's 20. I had this conversation with my aunt the other day when we were boating. And I said, listen, we don't make comments about people's bodies anymore. It's 2024. We just don't make comments about women's bodies, period. Whether it's their hair, how they look. No, we don't do this anymore. Newsflash to everybody out there, just in case you're learning this. Don't talk about people's bodies in 2024. Keep it to yourself. Keep it in your brain. Mm-hmm. It was more along the lines of she called her teammates lazy.
Ooh.
She was like, they don't have a work ethic and they're lazy.
I did not see that.
So then one of her former teammates from previous years unfollowed her. They kind of gotten a little tizzy about it. I guess it all sparked from their coach that was got in trouble for being not inappropriate, but being aggressive, really pushing them beyond the lines of what a coach should be pushing somebody to do to a space that made it unsafe for them to work out. So the other girl's idea to work out was, I'm just going to go work out in my own gym. I'm not going to work out with the team.
Yeah.
So that bothered Simone, that she wasn't team working out. She was just solo working out. So she didn't see her perceived workout. But to call somebody, if you're an Olympian, period, you are not a lazy person.
No.
Not at all. In fact, Flavor Flav has been like the high. Flavor Flav and Snoop have been the excitement of this French Olympics here.
Flavor Flav with the women's water polo team. He's the man. He's
how cool are you?
He's supporting them.
He has, because these women and these Olympians have 2-3 jobs to afford to be able to pay the fees to compete at the level they want to compete at. Has taken over, has basically said, I'm your benefactor.
Right.
I'm going to help you. And has called out other celebrities to do the exact same for other Olympians.
Although I have to say, I never knew Flavor Flav made that much money that he could do that.
Oh, he's a personality.
Yeah.
I want to know what he gets. I can pull up his rider and find out what he gets paid for appearances and whatnot. But I'm sure they've made investments. And if you've made big chunks of money like that, you definitely have somebody involved in taking care of your personal finances. I know that when I get any sort of money or any sort of windfall, it's going to my financial advisor. Chris Boyd, I need you to take all of this money and make sure that I don't do anything stupid with it, because I will buy a pony. And that's not good. And I'm sure that they have people in their lives that say, we're going to take this and take care of that for you.
Right. But when I think water polo, I don't think Flavor Flav.
Right.
But good for him. And you're right. Some of the other teams need someone to step up. And
Flavor Flav, you never thought that Brigitte Nielsen would be dating him, yet that happened somehow.
Right.
He's an enigma. He surprises me.
An enigma wrapped up in how does that go?
That's right. Good morning, Diana. Thanks for joining us. How are those cocktails? Yeah, it's 8:00. Sure. We're going to get that done. Cindy, I want to share my misery sometimes. All right, fine.
But just keep it to yourself.
Right? I know you want to share it, but what else do we have going on for the day? Jimmy Kimmel, John Mulaney, both turned down opportunities to host the Oscars next year.
Really?
Nobody wants that job.
No, because you're setting yourself up to be
grilled,
slammed.
You're not going to make anyone happy ever.
No.
I feel like that's also a part of 2024.
Right.
Don't put yourself out there too far.
Right. Back in the day, Johnny Carson hosted it forever.
But there were we had 5 choices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he was the host.
Yes.
If you're going to get somebody, you want Johnny Carson, you want Bob Hope. Like there a certain amount of people that were groomed to have these careers or whatever. Now it can be.
And you didn't question them.
No. Now a TikTok star named John who eats Tabasco with his feet. Like it does. We have no idea who these people are.
Maybe look at John Cena.
He's doing a lot. He's retiring from wrestling, so I guess
yeah. Next year he's gonna retire, but he's hosted a couple of things, and people seem to like him. And I would think that if he hosted a big show, people would be reluctant to give him too much crap because he's, after all, John Cena.
Yeah. I saw another fun celebrity story that had me opening a dialogue and a question with everybody today. Especially you, Miss Emily. I was curious. And moms of multiples, do you let your children co-sleep with you? Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively have 4 small children, and they sleep with all of them like puppies in a bed.
Oh, gee.
I would never sleep. Especially boys are sweaty and they take up so much space. That just, to me, a no. That's a no. I feel like there needs to be a delineation. Yeah, let's all snuggle and watch a movie. Yeah, let's all hang out. But when it's time to sleep, everybody go in their bed and get away. I need space.
Right.
I feel suffocated in here.
Well, it's one way to make sure you don't have any more kids.
I'm not even going to enter that conversation. That's their natural birth control.
Just saying.
Climb in, take up the space. Well, it didn't stop the Baldwins. I'll tell you that right now. I'm thankful. Are we going to have to see him this season on SNL?
Oh, probably. They like him on SNL.
He's actually a good actor. I just wish that.
Oh, he is. And he's funny, too.
I know.
He's just had a lot of bad luck.
A lot of drama. Right. Deadpool should not sleep with children. That Deadpool Wolverine. Has anybody seen it?
Well, we're going to count down the top movies of the week, starting at noontime on lunch break.
Make sure you check out Hank's show, Lunch Break.
There's a new number 1 this week.
Won't
say what it is, but
you're going to have to listen up.
Right.
I'm looking forward to it. What's up, Dave? Thanks for joining us from Florida. I saw your family last weekend. Oh, boy. The Attleboro was just out full swing. We went out with our family, hung out, and then somebody's bad decision to let's go to the Moncu afterwards. And then they were all like, yeah, let's do it. And there was 10 of us. And I was like, we're taking over. Lynn, one of your sister-in-laws, was like, get out of the bar. There was one poor guy at the bar, and she's like, get out of here. And he literally did. I mean, he just took over. There's a swarm of champions at the bar.
Oh, my goodness. Haven't been there. Is the food still good?
Well, it was absolutely funny. They all just wanted scorpion bowls. And I'm like, can I get an order of chicken teriyaki? Can we get a crab rangoon? So we got 2 appetizers to split with all of us at the bar. Everybody had one. Because they just wanted it, but it was poor choices at 11 o'clock. Like, we're all old and we know if we eat a ton, we're not going to sleep at night. We've entered this portion of life.
Yeah, but if you drink any more than 1 scorpion bowl,
I was splitting with your other sister-in-law, and we had like 2 sips of this, and we're like, we can't do this. We just pushed it down to the boys.
Right.
It was gobbled up.
And the boys staggered out.
Yeah, it ended up being fine. But we really had a good time and good laughs, especially since you had a little family drama going on. So light and levity. We brought up the temperature of the room in there for sure. Such bad choices, though. Late night food.
Mm-hmm. You should know better.
I know.
But every now and then we forget.
We're like, we can do that.
Come on.
We can have that. We can have that boar's head sandwich.
Don't. What? They've had to close down some delis for a second time now?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with the listeria situation. I don't know whether it's weather. Yeah. I don't know whether it's packing situation or where this listeria is coming from. All I know is that they've got 71 recalls right now on their deli stuff.
And Boar's Head is a really reputable company.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not like Bob's Packaged Meats. It's,
it's
Boar's Head.
Bob's Packaged Meats may be the way to go right now. Considering it. Ricky B says, Scorpion Bowls, the magic elixir after 11 p.m.
Yes.
Emily, 1,000% co-sleeping have since she was born. And to book Flavor Flav, starting range $25,000 to $40,000.
Well, there you go then.
Right?
Right. So then he can afford to pay salaries to all the water polo team members.
Well, thank you for taking your money and taking care of our athletes. I appreciate that.
I really would love to find out what the connection is. between him and the water polo team.
Why he loves it so much?
Who connected him with them or them with him?
Yeah, maybe it's just like one of those things that he got sucked into watching on TV and he couldn't take it away. Like me yesterday with the synchronized swim dancing.
No, I would never watch that.
Oh, I couldn't take it away.
Mm-hmm.
It was quicksand. I was there. I'm like, what am I watching? What is this? Now we've got mixed doubles. It's like a guy and a girl. Like the guy from the Bellagio in Vegas ended up winning a gold medal with his mix. And I'm like, oh my God, this is great. It was great. They were doing it to like old timey, like it was like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers in the pool.
Oh, geez,
and I was so for it.
No.
What am I doing? My husband's like, what are you watching? Leave me alone. Quiet.
Leave me alone. We had some of the medal in this. We had some of the gymnastics on last night. It was okay, I mean, I'd like to watch gymnastics, but I was reading and Mari was reading and we were doing various things and the Red Sox were on. So, there was a lot going on, but I like to watch the gymnastics.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the basketball team yet. I don't give a hoot about the basketball team. I don't care.
Like if it's on, I'll leave it there. I yelled out last night at trivia over at the Taverna, which we had 15 teams. It was such a busy night. And someone was like 30, the count is 30. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, you could be lying to me and I wouldn't have a clue, but apparently that's where our medal count is.
Oh, okay.
I haven't taken a chance to look and see where we're at
and speaking of the basketball team, Steve Kerr is not playing Jason Tatum and no one can understand why. Maybe
he doesn't like him.
That's what I'm starting to think. I mean, Jason Tatum is, big star in the playoffs. He's the face of the Celtics, and he's not playing him very much, and it's kind of weird.
Well, I had the opposite experience of watching Olympic basketball as I watched my son's basketball performance at Monomoy High School the other day. Mm-hmm. You guys in Harwich, you need to work on your ventilation in there. That gym is oppressive in the summertime. But they didn't have enough kids, so he had to play varsity too. And it was just like an absolute slamming. Those kids got woodshedded. I'm like,
because there just weren't enough of them.
No, I think they're tired. It's just the end of the game. Clearly not as good as some of the other the teams mm-hmm. that showed up. You know what I mean? Like we had, it was very ragtag, and I so appreciate them for playing. And it's good for them to just get out there and move their bodies in the summertime, regardless. But it was a comedy watching these games and these boys. And one of our market workers, CJ, got a new haircut.
Oh, really?
So he like buzzed his hair and dyed it blonde.
CJ's his buddy, right?
And all of a sudden he looks like Eminem. And I was like, oh my God, he looks like Eminem. And his mom's like, no, that's exactly what I said. We don't say that. I was like, oh, okay. But I don't know.
And Eminem has apparently disowned his former persona because people are, it doesn't work anymore in the current climate.
Well, his music sounds exactly the same. His top charting song right now, Houdini, sounds exactly like all of his other music right now. But
no, all his
I'm not hating on you. I love it.
Slim Shady thing, he said, no, that's not appropriate anymore.
Oh, well, that persona of Slim Shady, that's fine. RTB and I got to see him being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and he was phenomenal. Eminem hadn't performed. He's like a recluse because he's sober and his life is very different than it was when he was making all of this. But he was absolutely incredible. He sang a song with Ed Sheeran that he sang with Dido at one point. Like, it was just absolutely such a magical performance to see him and Dre, and just like it was pretty incredible to see that at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Speaking about singing and rappers, have you seen the promo for The Voice for the coming season?
No.
Everyone is beside themselves because Snoop Dogg is one of the judges.
Yeah.
And in this promo, they're singing, I think they're singing I'll Be There, and Snoop Dogg sings.
Oh.
He doesn't rap, he sings.
Calvin, I didn't even know you had a voice.
That's what everybody's saying. Oh my God, Snoop is singing.
Well, obviously, if you're in the music business, you can at least carry a tune, one would hope.
But Snoop is a judge, and Michael Bublé is a judge.
I'm digging it.
And it's, who are the other two? I'm drawing a blank.
Still Blake?
No, his wife.
Oh, okay. Gwen.
Gwen, and people were all over Gwen because she wore a short skirt. Duh. And
Whatever.
Reba.
Is she pregnant right now?
I don't know.
I feel like she is.
Oh.
Like, and that everyone was getting all over her because she's 53 and pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you. Reba and Gwen.
Reba. I love Reba. I've
All right.
always loved Reba.
Come on, Fancy. I'm down for it.
I love Reba.
The Voice has become a superior show than American Idol. I guess the ink is still going on to the contract because Carrie Underwood is taking over for Katy Perry on American Idol.
By the way, have you seen the photos Katy Perry's been posting lately?
No. Are they thirsty?
Yeah.
Does she need attention?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she needs attention. No question, she needs attention.
No one's paying attention to me.
No.
I'm going to show off my naked body. Best celebrity conversation that I've seen in a really long time. So there was a soccer match. I forget where it was. But it involved Rihanna. So history was made. A young soccer fan completely blew off Rihanna and asked the superstar to take a photo of him with Christian Pulisic instead of acknowledging Rihanna in public. With the best part, the unintended snub happened over the weekend at Yankee Stadium. And I watched the video of it. It's absolutely hysterical. So Rihanna gets her photos taken with all of these professional soccer players and then moves out of the way. And this little boy was like, hey, can you take a photo of me with the guys? And she was so kind about it. She's like, sure. She like sits down and gets down and takes their photo. And
So he had no idea who she was.
And somebody was videotaping this, howling, laughing.
Right.
She was just so gracious, so down to earth.
Right.
And I thought that was super cute. Rihanna.
I'm sure she understood that there was no way that little guy knew who she was.
Rihanna's like one of the richest human beings on earth at this point.
Oh, I know.
It's like, good girl. She made good investments for herself. Her clothing line is great.
Yes, she did. You know, the interesting thing about American Idol versus The Voice.
Yeah.
The Voice may be the superior show, but the people who win The Voice never go anywhere.
I don't know what they do. Yeah, they don't foster their music.
No. The people who win American Idol, they're the ones that that seem to get pushed out into the music business.
They also take a chunk of their money too. You know what I mean? There's definitely some bad record deals happening on the other side of that.
That's true.
RTB says September 23rd, #The Voice. Thank you very much.
We're big Michael Bublé fans.
What's going on with his family? I know his son has been so sick.
Yeah. I was thinking that was one of the reasons why he decided to do this. So he would get off the road.
Yeah, maybe.
Have
a set schedule.
Yeah, this is pretty steady work for several months.
And I can't imagine wanting to be on the road. I don't think that would be a life I would want having a fan. Although maybe when your kids are little, like get me
now.
Out
The
of
cool
here.
thing
Take
about
me on the road.
The cool thing about The Voice in England is Tom Jones is one of the judges.
Oh, that man.
And you've got to sign up somewhere to get the clips because they get him to sing.
Yeah.
Like it seems like every show.
Yeah.
But he's singing all the time. And he's singing all these classic songs, his songs, someone else's songs. And the other three judges are just beside themselves watching him sing. They're like googly-eyed.
Yeah, right.
Listening to him.
Of course. They got to give him that Tom Jones flair for sure.
And he just sits there. He doesn't even stand up. He just sits there and
Kenny?
Out it comes.
I don't mean to be rude. Maybe he can't anymore. We don't know. Good morning, Rick.
He's 81.
He doesn't have those hip movements anymore. He's gotten to the replacement, and now the replacement needs
he's kind of like the way I am. He's kind of like this. Mari says, "Are you dancing again?"
That's it. Perfect. Robotic hips. Emily says, I'm a big fan of Jelly Roll. Want to go see him in concert so bad. Yes. I would love to see Jelly Roll host one of these music things. One of these talent competitions.
He'd be good.
He's just like I love the fact that he's unapologetically himself. I think that is what.
And his wife / girlfriend is unapologetically herself as well.
Yes,
and they make they don't try to cover up their backgrounds or anything.
No, his wife is who she is, and they love each other for what they are. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
I think they are married, right?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
That's some 2024 stuff right there.
Okay.
Signs of life on Venus.
Really?
Scientists said there shouldn't be.
You can't be doing that.
Wow. What? Literally, that was the only information that was about this story. And I was like, okay.
There shouldn't be.
But there is. So now what?
So who are you to decide?
Right? It was that conversation that we were talking about earlier about like medical situations.
Wow. What kinds of life? I totally missed this story.
That was it. That was all there was. Scientists said there are signs of life on Venus.
And there shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be. Okay, well, thank you for that pertinent information.
Right.
Not that that's going to freak anybody out. Our conspiracy theorists. I loved that the story that followed it was medical advice is far more accurate coming from a woman than it is from a man.
I have a woman doctor.
Men are from
GP
Mars,
is
women
a
are
female.
from Venus.
Yeah, I guess. Oh.
I was like, oh, all right.
Ooh.
The stories just were back to back, and I was like, oh, okay, that's where my brain went. So
yep,
there shouldn't be, but there is. That's why, because we told you so. I feel like because women do more due diligence than guys do.
Right. And I think, broad generalization here for the sake of the argument, I think women can be more empathetic.
Yeah, we're more compassionate for
compassionate.
Sure. Not everybody. This is not a blanket statement by any means, but I think it's just our nature.
Right.
We put up with a lot more.
I know with our doctor, our GP, Dr. Collier.
Yeah.
I know something bad or not good is coming on. All of a sudden I hear sweetie or honey.
Oh, those are the words?
Yeah, honey.
You prep you're like, oh God, it's going to be bad. How bad is it?
Sweetie.
Is this going to be money or is this going to be like something I have to do?
That's how I found out I had the big C. She prefaced it with, honey.
Oh boy.
I'm not saying, but you really should have this checked.
You got honeyed?
I got honeyed.
Oh. Well, the honey is not good, apparently.
No. And I was driving down the expressway coming back from a conference in New Hampshire, and she called, and I should have realized immediately that this wasn't right. She called and she said, hey, can we talk about your test results? Because I had my yearly physical right before I went to the conference. Yeah, sure. And she's rumbling through all these numbers, and I'm going, yeah.
I know nothing of this.
And then I got the honey, sweetie, and I was passing the Boston Garden, and when she said it to me, in my mind, I kind of took a right and drove right into the garden, but I kept going, and I said, oh. But that's how we know. Honey, sweetie, we know something's up.
All right, something bad. We've got a hello from the sun over here, Jen Christian, morning from Texas. How's that conference going? Speaking of conferences.
What kind of conference?
It's E4All.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a national program, and so all the heads of state are getting together in Texas, where Mari's going to be later on this month.
She's going to be in Dallas the last week in August.
That's what I said. It's a conference on the sun. They must give you big discounts. That's the only thing that I could think of why you would want to go to Texas in the summer.
I went twice. I went the first year because I had never been to Dallas, and then I went the second year because, well, okay, this was fun.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, no. And it's all, one of the interesting things about the real estate business is there are more and more women involved than men. And the group that's going from around.
Because we're nicer.
And the group that's going from around here and the group that we're familiar with as part of the Tom Ferry organization, it's pretty much women.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I don't want to be.
Really, Hank?
I don't want to be the only guy.
I don't disagree. I mean, I do disagree. I think you love it.
I just, I'd rather stay home and, I mean, somebody's got to work for crying out loud. Somebody's got to answer the phone while somebody else is in Dallas. Hoop-de-doo.
Miss Mari is living her best life. Mari, thank you so much for volunteering. We've got La Tavola, which is happening Friday morning. I'm going to be there setting up, so I will not get to partake in all the feast and the fun and the activity, but it's a big fundraiser for us at the Mashpee Chamber, and I really appreciate you volunteering your time. We've been looking for servers to feed the people. The people need to be fed, but we totally sold out again this year, and it's just a really fun time. It's outdoors. The weather looks good. Yes. It's on our side, which was like a big, what are we going to do if this doesn't happen for us? We've got wine and entertainment and just a good community meal. So La Tavola is a really awesome activity from the Mashpee Chamber. So thank you very much for volunteering. I appreciate that very much. I had a moment yesterday where I was driving home from one of my gigs, and I'm listening. I forget what station I was listening to, but it wasn't a Cape station because I like to monitor what everybody's doing, where everybody is. And all of a sudden I heard a voice from a Cape station, and one that I'm like, I can't, it's like listening to paint dry. Literally sounds like that. And I'm talking about this week is National Farmers Market Week.
Oh, really? Very cool.
visit your local farmer's market.
Yay!
It made me so happy that this person was doing this commercial and promoting me. So
is there a bit of irony involved in that?
It just made me so freaking happy. I was like, I wonder if they know that they're promoting me inadvertently having to do this commercial for Massachusetts in general.
There's a story behind this, folks.
Absolutely. I'm not going to have to bore you with all the
inside
details,
radio story.
But it just was a wonderful thing that the Massachusetts Farmers Market Coalition and our association is really getting out there and reminding people to eat locally, eat fresh. It's so important to support our farmers. And I've talked about it. I got to sit and have an interview at Mashpee TV this week with Chris Ball, and he was absolutely fantastic. He came to one of our markets. He did a little B-roll around and kind of showed it off. And he had his cup and his T-shirt in the studio. And we got to do this really amazing interview. And now we have a relationship with Mashpee TV. So every Thursday, Hank and I are going to be doing our show for Mashpee TV. I know, right? Very
How cool
exciting.
Is that going to be?
So we get to use their studios and be part of everything.
And we'll still be on Lemonadio.
We'll still be on Lemonadio.
And everywhere else.
And everywhere else.
And we'll be on Mashpee TV.
And we'll be on Mashpee TV,
really cool.
which I'm thrilled to be able to have this opportunity to utilize all of our local forms of outreach. I think it's so important to support everything that is going on in our town, like start granularly and then work your way outwards and support everything that's going on here. Since we are located in Mashpee, I'm excited to have that. I would love for that to be pushed out to the other local access channels,
right? And
we'll get there. But we're starting here, and
that's
I'm
cool.
Pumped about it.
Yep.
So yeah, please come and support us this weekend. We have Bodie Corona, who is going to be our singer, and he loves Dave Matthews Band. So if you dig Dave Matthews, he is such a crazy, amazing performer.
Great.
And still has, I think he graduates this year. He's not even graduated high school yet. This is the level of talent that we are cultivating.
Just like what's her name? I'm drawing a blank.
Vanna Pachella.
Vanna Pachella.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
We have incredible musicians. So he's going to be entertaining us. Depends on how the catch goes, but we may in fact have live lobster pickup. So I will find out Friday or Saturday to let you know when you can pick that up, if we're going to have that available to you. We've got a couple of new farms that are going to be joining us. So tons of food. And shout out to Allen Farms, who showed up when I put out the panic attack call and said, we need farms, we need food.
Right.
And not only did they show up, they showed up with mushrooms, lavender, like cool diversity. They've got a ton of hoop houses that they grow year round.
Really?
So we'll have them bringing their greenhouse goods year round, and the only organic farm that we have in our region.
Yes.
So they're completely organic. If you're looking for that type of food to know where they're certified organic. So you'll be able to get that from them, which I think is pretty incredible.
And advice, folks, if you want the best selection, starts at 11.
Yeah. Get there early.
Yeah. Showing up at 2. Love to see you. Grateful that you're coming. But if you're looking for a lot to pick from, you're not going to find it.
Right. It goes as soon as church gets out. It's like, it's on, everybody.
Oh yeah. 10:30 Mass of Christ the King.
Tomatoes.
Everybody comes right across. We go, okay, here we go.
Good morning, Miss Jenny Jordan. Hey, Sandy, how are you? Sandy's been working on her programming over at Thumbtastic. I want to give her a shout out. She's got her pedal cart with her LED display on the back of it now.
Yes, I saw that.
So if you're looking to work on your advertising and you're in Mashpee or Falmouth, definitely talk to Sandy over at Thumbtastic.
Is she coming Sunday?
I hope she's going to come this Sunday, but she's incredibly busy running her program, and she's working on getting her whole wellness studio up and running.
Right.
She's got the studio for massages and fitness in Falmouth, and she's also got her own personal pool. So she's working on kind of this whole wellness programming, which we desperately need. And shout out to Sandy. She does an amazing job. And sometimes just going over and getting a 5-minute massage on your neck pain or your pain points, or massage my hump off. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm working on my posture. I'll be back at the gym again. I miserably went there yesterday, and it has nothing to do with the people at the gym. I'm just lazy right now. But I did it.
Oh, so Simone Biles won't like you, will she?
Simone, I'm lazy.
I'm working out on my own.
I have a great work ethic. It's just my workout ethic
is not as good as
very
your work
low.
ethic.
Very low. It's not great.
Well, you have to make it part of your daily
Thanks,
routine.
Hank. I'm working on it.
Wah, wah, wah.
Hey, I promised that I would be better with overall health in 2024.
And you're
I'm
doing
getting
a good
there.
job, it
I'm
would
getting
seem.
there. I cannot even believe here we are, August 1st, and this is happening. So be looking for our newsletter. We'll find out who has won for our cakes, who has won for our monthly prizes, what we've got coming up here at Lemonadio, which is a ton. We've got tons of markets. We've got tons of new collabs that we are working together with. And events on Cape.com is where you can have all of those listings. Events on Cape Cod is our Facebook group, and feel free to join it. We've got over 6,000 people that are on there right now, just adding fun activities that are in their community.
And Cape Cod dining at home and anywhere else as well.
Food ideas.
Right, for your recipes and food ideas when you buy stuff at the farmer's market.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Some fresh tomatoes.
Yes.
I mean, you don't even have to
tomatoes.
do anything. You just eat them. This is the time of year where they're absolutely delicious.
I updated the photos on our website at Mari Senate at makeyourmovewithmari.com with photos from the farmer's market
Oh,
yesterday.
perfect. Thank
with
you.
tomatoes and peaches and cherries, and it just kind of, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. I please bear with us as we're working on all of our new program upgrades right now. Lemonadio.com is getting a major overhaul to come into this year with bells and whistles, and it's just taking us way longer than we thought.
Yep, and we're working to bring people on the air. We have a new voice joining us on Sunday morning.
Yay!
From he's not a new voice. You've heard him overnight for a couple of months now, but Michael is coming out of the darkness into the light, and you will hear him from 11 to 1, and he'll be talking about things that are going on at the farmer's market.
Yeah, and I just talked to Seth. I had Seth. I don't know if he sent you an email.
I don't know,
but we're going to be branching some Friday night programming, possibly.
Good.
So we've got some new stuff coming. Cindy's got a show that we've got coming up. I talked to Ayana. She's got a show that is going to be coming up.
Right.
And I'm really excited to see how the fall is shaping up here at Lemonadio, because it's definitely going to be gangbusters. If you want to get involved, you can always email us. Stephanie at StephanieViva.com, Hank at Lemonadio.com. Just send us your comments, questions.
Right. We're not ignoring you.
No.
We just got a lot going on.
There's a lot in the queue. Get in line.
Right. We'll get to you. Don't worry. We'll get to you.
Tomorrow on the show, I've got Lisa Bates from the Cape Cod Children's Museum. They have the mace race.
She's coming back. Oh,
she's coming back on the air. We've got the mace race, which we had to move closer. We usually normally do it on Grandparents' Day, and we're going to be doing it.
When is that, by the way?
It is in September, but we're moving it to August. It's going to be right before the Falmouth Road Race, and it's just a 2-miler fundraiser from the Mace family, and it's a really fun little activity over at the Children's Museum. So we'll talk to her tomorrow about all the activities and everything that they've got going on with collabs at Hui. So if you want to know about our Cape Cod Children's Museum, we'll have Lisa on tomorrow on the show. Have a great weekend if we don't see you. Hopefully we'll see you for National Farmers Market weekend. This weekend or next weekend, it's a full week of activities.
Yay.
Yeah, and shout out to our friends over at Sustainable Cape. They've got a lot going on at their Outer Cape markets as well. So visit a local farmers market. I can't let it go. I literally can't. It was so painful to listen to, but I appreciated the promotion.
Oh, Jackson, by the way, just on this side, has Jackson Blue found a gig yet?
I don't know if he's still wrapped up in the payoff.
Oh, okay. Because all of his crazy promotion, I'm looking for a job stuff, stopped.
Yes. I think that he has possibly found an avenue in which to do so. But I think also, it's a process. It's a healing process when you leave the dial radio, everyone.
Right.
Letting you know.
Right.
It takes a bit to get past.
Sorry, folks. There was a little bit of inside radio, but Jackson Blue was a
we love
big
him
J
to
first,
pieces.
DJ first down here and then up in Boston. And he got unceremoniously shown the door. Not that some of us here don't know anything about that.
It happened one time. I'll never let it go. It was so painful, but I'm here. We're healing. He will heal. He was my PD on 96.3 The Rose.
Oh, really?
He let me do whatever.
He was a good dude.
He was great. I was like, what about this? Sounds good. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm like, what about a pub crawl? We get a trolley. He's like, yep, we did that. It was an absolute blast. Such poor choices, but we had so much fun.
And a lot of listeners.
Yes, we really did.
Everybody listened. Everybody. My daughter Megan grew up listening to Steph.
Right?
I got older listening to Steph, listening to Megan, listening to Steph.
I got older listening to me too.
Right.
Everybody, we've gone on for way too long. Have a great day.
See you noontime, folks. Bye-bye.
I'm getting older too. It's so bad. Oh my God. Yeah. I think he's got a space. So that's exciting. Everybody, if you're listening on Lemonadio, still Hank is coming up, lunch break. Find out what the movies are, and there's a new number one.